Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all having a good evening and ready to start on popcorn talk. And I'm talking about Shane, 1953. Welcome, Shieldwall.
Hey, how's it going? Happy to be here. Um, I think whenever, oh, there he is. I looked away for a second and he was gone. Um, yeah, I have never seen this movie. I've heard about it. I've seen the Shane come back a million times, but I've never actually watched the movie till today. Um, so yeah, happy to get into it.
Yeah, good to have you on for this. Uh, Good to have people that haven't seen a movie before, so that'll be fun. Welcome, Travis.
Howdy. I don't know. This was a good one. I enjoy movies like this. I did see this when I was younger, like single digits. So now that we're like 35 years past that, it was it was it was like watching it like the first time. Yeah, this is such a well done movie. You definitely get a sense for who all the characters are, and the ending just kind of like you're the edge of your seat, waiting to see what happens. This is a good one.
Yep. And welcome, Waylon. What's up?
Not much outside of technical difficulties.
Same old with Evie
Yep.
Mux. But glad, yeah, you could be here and talk about this movie.
Yeah.
So, say hello to the chat. Anybody in the chat yet? I got Frankie. Frank, how you doing? Good to see you. Got Eraserhead. And that's about it. More should show up. But yeah, let's jump right in about this movie. Share screen.
So one of my big takeaways from this movie is um, especially dealing with like being a dad, being the head of the family, you know what I mean, and having to like make tough decisions about what you should do with your family in a bad situation. Um, Also, I think it has a lot to do a bit with the little kid, uh, how he looks up to Shane and his expectations of you know wanting him to be a certain way, and
Yeah.
if he acts any different than that, that kind of shatters his ideal of what this guy should be, and the same with his dad. Um, you know, and the other settlers that are there.
Yeah.
Also, I think some context of what is actually going on here is that it's kind of like a range war. So you have ranchers who who were there first to have the range. Then the government came in and said that if you show up and stake out a claim, you can get that ground for free. So people came in, staked out their claim, and started building ranch or little farms on it. But
Yeah.
they also started putting up barbed wire, which is affecting the ranchers' ability to move their cattle freely to where they need to go,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's causing conflict with the causing the ranchers to try to run the homesteaders out. But the homesteaders legally have to be a right to be there because the government said they could. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where the main conflict in the movie is. Also, this background is amazing. You
It
look at
is.
that with the mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
I was fully expecting him to shoot that deer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I mean,
think though is
kids back then
yeah.
were a lot more capable than they are today.
Well, that's
Well-
because they had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrying a Winchester high wall. Or it could be a
Yeah.
little wall. It's model 1885. First
Yeah.
Winchester designed by John Browning.
Cool.
I kind of thought that this era might have been the late 1870s.
This would be more into late 1880s, early 1890s.
Yeah.
This is based off the Johnson County War
Okay.
that happened in Wyoming.
Well, I was basing it off of they had barbed wire available, so
Yeah, that's going to be a post 1880s thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see the valley that they're in is really pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think that the game Red Dead Redemption 2, there's
Yeah.
an area up in the north that they took that is right out of this movie.
Yeah, it's the
Mountains, everything.
You live there for a while as John and the
Yeah,
epilogue,
there's a ranch.
where
that
again
gets
they're doing
built. Yep.
a range war.
Yeah. Yep. So
You- I would imagine it would flood here.
that was my thing is where the deer was at. I was like, that water didn't look like it was moving.
Yeah.
I'd worry about like mosquito problems
Oh yeah.
in the summertime. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
This movie feels like, thinking about how westerns were usually portrayed, especially for the time. This is very different, I think, compared
Mhm.
to those.
Right. Yeah, because there really isn't any shooting until way at the end.
Yeah.
And
It's
they
not
talk about how
different.
there's no law around, but even the bad guys are relatively law-abiding
Yeah.
comparatively.
Well, and remember, like, the whole reason they're doing things the way they are is so they can be legal.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Also, later there'll be a speech by the rancher, and I was like, wait a second, this changes the whole dynamic for me anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I think
but-
the villain might actually be one of the weaker parts of this movie, in a way.
well, right, because once you see that part of it, you're like, I don't know, man. I think dude might have a point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, it'd be different if these guys all owned the land and then some rich dude came in and bought it all up and was trying to force them off.
See, the thing is that in a way, that's more probably. It would have been more realistic because it probably would have to be a cattle baron doing this
Right.
to be
Yep.
able to afford the guys. But
Yeah.
it's sort of, I don't know. It's like it's not even trying to be class warfare like it normally would be in a film like this,
Mhm.
which I don't
Right.
know whether to say is a good or a bad thing. I don't know if it helps or hurts this film.
Yeah.
Also, this movie has a lot of what today, I think an average person watching it would be like, that's toxic masculinity. Why is he
Yeah.
doing this? Like when he could just do something different. And but that's kind of how people were back then,
Yeah.
Yep.
you know. So Shane rides in, and he's just some random dude, and they're not sure what his intentions are, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just passing through."
Yeah. Then they see the cowboys coming, and just assume he's part of them.
Right.
Mhm.
But
And
he's
a little
not. He's
distressful
just-
because young Joey opened the receiver on his rifle, and Shane just about jumped out of his skin reaching
Yeah.
for his pistol.
Right.
So a little leery of him at this point.
Which is supposed to be a subtle indicator that he is handy with a gun, but also like maybe got a little bit of PTSD kind of going on. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's used to being around danger.
Mhm.
He's got his battle sense going.
Right.
So he's probably just come from another area that was having a range war. Assuming.
Well, I think
Well-
he's traveling to like escape his past, kind of.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
looking for a place to
better
kind of
place, yeah.
go, right? So he said he's heading north, which where this is like Wyoming or Montana or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would probably be
Heading
Canada.
for Canada. Yeah.
Yep, he just kept going.
And these guys just right in, right over their garden.
Right over the wife's garden.
Which would have be a lot bigger deal, I would think. Because you got to have vegetables to live.
Right. Yeah. And so this guy, I didn't really get. I thought he was like some kind of henchman dude or something at first, but turns out he's like the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like his horse.
Yeah. But he doesn't quite come off as I mean, he comes off as a bad guy, but I didn't think I thought there was like somebody behind him.
I could see him coming off as a, he was just a cowboy trail herder, and just decided to settle down, and now he's got money and land and.
Right. So basically, they're coming to tell him, "Hey, we want to buy you out. You got to leave." And this is your first indication that there's trouble. And notice how Shane is behind the building. So he's at a line of fire. That guy with the flipped up hat is the brother of the main guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They kind of don't really. His role, I guess, probably could have been a bit more. Said, "Oh, let us know a little bit more." I think that's Rufe's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mentioned like towards the end of the movie when they're in the saloon together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and him being there kind of Shane being there kind of shuts the whole thing down because
Right.
they don't know who he is and
They
what
don't
he's
want to
gonna do.
witness to them. They might, rough this guy up or something. They
Yeah.
don't want to witness to it because they don't know who he is. So, but it is stated several times that any kind of law is pretty far away.
Yeah.
Like they say that the marshal is 100 miles away,
Yeah.
which is at least a day, if not more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a day you sleep and then you ride another day. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So he apologizes and asks him to stay for dinner.
Brags about his wife's cooking.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's wearing buckskins.
Yeah.
And you can tell by his gun belt and his gun, it's got an ivory handle with a horse engraved on it.
It's also got the front sight filed off it.
Yeah,
I-
so
I
it can
don't-
clear that's so it can clear the holster.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a Hollywood gunfighter thing or
Yeah.
an actual thing.
It might have been.
I'm wondering if it's because the holster he actually has for the gun is too small.
Right. I do know that that's a thing that supposedly was done so
Yeah.
that it would clear the holster.
I don't know of any actual real gunfighters who did that though. That's the problem.
Yeah, same.
No, it was for I think it came about with show fight show
The speed draw competition.
speed drawing contests
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, with like Annie Oakley and whatever.
Well, yeah, it would.
Yeah.
And like all.
I know
the
that the,
Hollywood guys were doing it.
Tombstone, what's his name? Kurt Russell's character's gun has that too, where the who gets filed off. But I don't know if it was a actual gunfighter thing. He's eyeing that gun. It's like, that's nice.
The close-ups to the kid did not do him any favors in this movie.
What do you mean?
He's a
I'm
nice
just-
mixture of like derpy and
Yeah.
adorable.
I don't know. Well, the
Well, I think he's
derp, I'll
supposed to
agree.
be innocent.
Yeah.
You know, he's supposed to be the picture of innocent in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has that like innocent missing puzzle piece vibe.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
And his hair's messed up because he can't sit still when he's getting his hair cut.
Yeah, it's all sorts of.
Yeah. I mean, who hasn't seen a little kid with a bad haircut because their mom's trying to cut their hair at home?
Dude, my
Yeah.
kid moves so much. It's such a pain to shave his head. I gave up.
I remember this is way back in the 70s. A cousin of mine was getting his hair cut, and he was kind of, I don't know, he'd probably be diagnosed with something these days, but but his mom was cutting his hair, and he like moved his head, and somehow she managed to cut like from the top of his ear on his left side all the way down to his chin, to where he had to like get stitches and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Lord.
Yeah, I was like, what in the world?
What did you do?
You know, but yeah, she was cutting his hair, and he was like moving his head around or something. I don't know.
You got to tie him down in a
Yeah.
headlock. Cut their hair.
Got to get one of those braces, like those dudes who break their
Well,
neck.
nowadays you just
Yeah.
use the Flowbee, hook that up to your vacuum cleaner, and it just sucks the hair into it, and then the cutters are up higher, so you really can't mess it up.
Yeah. So he rolls him cigarette too. Like, here's a cigarette.
Oh yeah, I noticed there's actually not a lot of smoking in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
but
it was
he-
weird that the mom was in a pair of pants. That's something you don't usually see in these old westerns.
No.
It makes sense though if you're like working around the farm.
Well, there was that one scene in The Searchers where that one girl's wearing Levi's. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, if you're out working and stuff, but usually, especially back in, like in the 50s when
Yeah.
earlier, all the women wore dresses and stuff in the westerns. Unless they were supposed to be like a Calamity Jane type of woman
Yeah.
or something.
Well, since that she tends to the garden, I imagine she
Yeah.
probably wears pants
Yep.
just because the
Right.
dress is gonna
Yeah.
get muddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
The best
So-
montage of male bonding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This was exactly what that was. And also, Shane started doing it because to kind of pay back for the dinner, right? Kind of almost like a hobo thing where you would cut wood or move something around or paint something, do some kind of task, and then, for your meal. Although pulling that out is kind of big. Also, I thought it was a good idea. She was like, why don't you get the team of mules or whatever and pull it out? And he's like, no, I've been working against this for 4 years or whatever it was. And we're finally beating it, this stump. So, again, that goes to show, like, the kind of man he is. He doesn't want help normally. He wants to do everything himself, and he takes a lot of pride in it. And then, yeah, see, look at that standing water, man. That's just mosquitoes waiting to happen. Unless that's moving,
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's probably that marsh just makes it a lot calmer, and then you get to the area
Right.
where there's probably some river rocks or something like that there to break up the.
Yeah.
Just have elk in your front yard. That'd be nice.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like they've diverted water from the river.
Yeah, they have. They've diverted
like.
water because the rancher actually says that you guys came in, you diverted water for your irrigation for your crops, and it dries the
Yeah,
rivers
land.
up
Yeah.
periodically, the creeks, and now their cattle don't have nothing to drink, and they got to drive them farther to get water. So the whole conflict is not like they don't want to take their land. They just want them off of it so they can move their cattle around,
Yeah, without being
right? Without them getting blocked out or whatever.
right.
Whereas if it had gone to the cattle baron's plot line, then he wanted their land. You know what I mean? So he could,
Yeah.
you know, do something with it or whatever.
Well, it's actually the government's fault for making. Hey, you can go homestead out here.
Well, the reason they did it is so they could get more people to move out there and they could actually get it settled.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Right. Yeah. That was their incentives to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you think about it, you could just go out into a beautiful area like that, just plot out a plot of land. I think there was a size limit to it, like so many acres
Yeah.
or whatever, but you could just plot it out. You went down to the local thing and claimed it. It was your claim, right?
Right.
And then there you go, you had it. And then once you built it up, the government could then come by and collect taxes and stuff on it.
Right.
But it was free. You didn't have to buy it from anybody, and you had to develop it. But you know,
I mean,
you did all the work.
I can see the. You can see the problem. I mean, these cattlemen have come in, cleared out all the Indians. You know, the danger of Indians, and broke that land. You know, for their cattle. Then you get more people coming in taking that land.
Right. Exactly. I still
And the
can't
thing
get
was,
over
if the cattlemen had set out their land and claimed it, that's a lot of money going to the government.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a downside for the cattlemen.
Well, that was part of the whole range wars. Is one
Yeah.
faction wanted to keep the range open, so you could just drive your cattle wherever you wanted to go, and then the other was about putting up barbed wire everywhere to block it off, to claim it, and those kinds of things. And that's what the older guard wanted to be able to just freely move their cattle around. And the newer people were like, "Hey, this is technically my land. I'm blocking it off." Which movie was it that we just watched a little while ago where they had a problem with somebody had put there was like a border somewhere that had a bunch of wire on it. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was part of one of the reasons there was a conflict in that movie.
Another cowboy movie.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't remember what that was.
Yeah.
So this isn't a neighbor, and he said he's finally had enough, and he's
Right.
packing up and leaving.
Packing up and leaving.
But he convinces him to stay for a meeting.
Yeah, stay for a meeting they're going to have with the other settlers. And then here's the air quotes town, which is like 3 or 4 buildings.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they could have maybe sprung for a bigger set than this. And it does have a hotel. And if this is the late 1880s, then this is definitely the era of the Sears and Roebuck catalog where you could literally buy anything and it would be delivered. Might take 6-8 months to get there, but it will eventually show up.
Yep, it'll show up on a Wells Fargo wagon.
You could buy up to and including an entire house. with all the lumber pre-cut,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
So
And
he's
this
getting some more
guy-
clothes.
Yeah, this guy has a lot of kids. The guy with the beard and the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because that's his daughter buying the hat, and then
Right.
later on we see the other 50.
He's got like 6 daughters.
Yeah, so
So-
he's
Yeah.
he's dressed like a farmer.
And now
And
he's going.
he asked for a soda for the kid.
Yeah, because the kid said he should bring him back a soda. Although I don't know how carbonated that thing would be.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
Well,
look more like lemonade.
it did.
Yeah.
Even that wouldn't last very long.
The flavors he had available were, because the one guy asked him, "What do you want?" Lemon. It was lemon, strawberry, and something else.
Lilac?
Lilac
Yeah,
or something.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how prevalent soda pop was back then. At least in the
Right.
middle of nowhere.
Well, if it's soda and pop, that denotes a carbonation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's also a regional thing. My grandmother, who's from Ohio, she said pop. But
Yeah.
where I grew up, it was soda. And in some places, it's generic. You just say Coke.
Yeah, that's what
And
I
that
did.
means
That's,
any kind of soda.
that's where I grew up.
Yeah. Yep.
See,
Yeah, same.
Yeah, where I grew up in Oklahoma, it was called pop. Well, I should say it's the older people would call it pop.
Yeah.
The younger people would, just say soda.
Right.
So that was a shift that was happening.
I call my dad Pop, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah. And then I knew a guy from Massachusetts who called a water fountain a bubbler. I'd never heard that before.
Yeah, it's a Midwest, Northeast thing.
Yeah.
That's some Yankee business.
Yeah. I was born in Pennsylvania, so I'm technically a Yankee, and even I was like, "What?" That's yeah. Say chowder. Say it.
Dad?
Chowda.
Chowder.
So he dumps a couple of drinks on him.
Oh yeah, they want to start something, so he dumps he dumps a whiskey on him. He wasted a whiskey, throwing it on his shirt.
How dare you waste whiskey? Goodness.
Yeah. I can't remember the character's name, but yeah. Like just imagine being out there. I mean, yeah, you worked all day, every day, just to survive. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
those other guys, they spend a lot of time in the saloon.
Yeah, weren't they out working with the cattle?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, I thought they were supposed to be out running the cattle around.
Unless
All
they're
day,
just
every-
gunmen,
Yeah,
hired to
yeah.
cause trouble. And the problem with all these farmers, they're always by themselves. But all these guys, the bad guys, are all together.
Right.
So it's like
Yep.
can't go anywhere without getting picked on.
Yeah, because he had a helper before, but he got beat up, didn't he?
Right. Yeah, he said they. And Joe was like, he knocked out all his teeth.
Yeah.
So,
And I was gonna say word travels fast because they were already hearing rumors that Shane was confronted. And,
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah, because those people were all in the store next door when it happened, because it's conjoined, the saloon and the store. Then this guy, I can't remember what they call him, Stonewall. What was his name? Kirkland or something. Anyway, this guy in the middle, he usually plays like either some kind of crime boss guy or a Weasley kind of villain dude, or like a timid kind of guy that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty timid in a lot of movies. But in this, he's more like
Big talker.
boisterous and right. He's less afraid. Um, he's a he's an ex-Confederate from Alabama, and which is another thing
Well,
is people after um, the
what was
Civil
he?
War, a lot of them went out west because they didn't have anything left.
Well, I think
Right.
he's the son of a Confederate because his name is Stonewall after Stonewall Jackson.
Okay.
Right. Well, I thought he said that.
I thought he was. It seems like he's a big talker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also I
You know,
thought he
but-
said that he would. I thought he said he was in the army or something at one point, and that's why he wasn't afraid. He's like, I know how to shoot just as good as anybody else, and so I don't know. I thought Stonewall was his nickname.
No, maybe it was.
Yeah, because they kept making fun of him, and then they used the fact that he is a ex-Confederate as a way to goad him into drawing on the guy eventually. That
Yeah.
But he's one of the few ranchers or homesteader that is like, screw that, I'm not leaving. These guys can't intimidate. You're not going to buffalo me, and I'll carry my 38 into town. Everyone else apparently, is afraid to bring a gun in there. Although,
Yeah, his
Why-
character, Stonewall Tory,
that's it, Tori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the first guy Shane has a fight with is Chris Calloway,
Yeah.
played by Ben Johnson. The bad guy in this is Jack Palance. He's a pretty
Yeah.
well-known
Yeah, back when
actor.
he was younger.
Yeah.
Back when he still went by Walter.
Old guy.
And he looks young in this.
Yeah. Yeah, this kid immediately is Shane is his idol. It's like he wouldn't, back down from a fight.
I just realized the old man with the beard in this.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bunny from McClintock.
Bunny.
Remember the old hobo
Oh, okay.
with the ass
Yeah.
they called Governor?
That actor that plays Stonewall Tory, he lived till 91.
Mm.
He was born in 1903, so
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
yep, he's married 3 times.
It's like, you lay down and go to bed. Got to get a switch to this kid to make him go to bed.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
it says here that he also played the pugnacious ex-Confederate soldier Stonewall Tory, who was gunned down by Jack Palance and Shane.
All right, I got it.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, out of all the roles that I've seen this guy in, this is the one where he was like more of a, you know what I mean? More of a,
Yeah, he's an actual character, not just a.
yeah.
For
And
sure.
because of the way he kind of looked weird. So they would cast him in roles where he was kind of like slimy or weaselly or kind of,
Or simple.
yeah, or simple. Right. Yeah. In this one, he was more of a, I'm not going to take that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I liked it. I liked this role for him. I thought it was good.
Yeah. What, Nas?
That's my stapler. It was from Office Space. Is that what he's talking
That's my table there?
That's my stapler. I could put strychnine in the guacamole.
I could burn this place down.
Yeah.
Nobody would know.
Ron Livingston kills in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's such a great movie all around. There's so many. I'm like surprised, like, oh man, I forgot it's kind of old now. So like a lot of people haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's also very Gen X coded.
Yeah.
Really, offices don't work like that anymore.
No. The worst.
Dude,
Worse.
I've been on a team for, I think this would be 7 or 8 years. I've only met my boss one time.
Really?
I've never met anybody else.
Shane standing out in the rain.
That scene kind of broke me a little bit. The way the kid is like, you know, still talking upbeat to Shane, kind of give him that little lift he needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all gonna go on numbers.
They had good weather for this filming.
Yeah. And they're not making the dumb mistake that so many directors do. Like, we're only going to shoot at the golden hour.
The golden
Yeah,
hour.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at the overcast over the.
Oh, also they have a
mountains.
rain scene that's really great, and all. Yeah, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, that's up north somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is Wyoming, is where they shot it at.
Oh, they shot it? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Eraser.
Have-
Thanks, Eraser, for.
Oh yeah, this is
Goodness.
totally at
Think so.
location,
Yeah,
and that you
Yeah,
can
that-
tell that
that's
is not a
beautiful.
background matte painting either.
yeah.
Because if it is, it's a really good one.
There's weird aspects of this movie where I feel like it's very forward facing, and then there's also parts where it's like, ooh, this is almost really stuck in the 50s.
Right.
But there's other
Yeah.
parts where it's like this is looking in a direction that we really won't see to the later 60s. But it's,
Right.
Mhm.
Well, look at the color here
Yeah, yeah.
of the horses. How well this is shot. This looks like it's on a closed set, but it's not.
Yeah. And I'm sure they did some closed set shooting, probably. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
But
The mom's like, oh, future prospects for my son to marry. She's all excited. Look, son, your future, you may have a future wife there.
Yep. Well, that's how it worked back then.
Yeah.
If you were 100 miles from anything else, and you didn't really. Maybe you would go to like some kind of jamboree or something, and you would meet a woman there. But it wasn't like they had Tinder or a giant city.
Church.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you'd go to
Yeah.
church and you'd meet somebody, but your choice of people to marry in your local area was very limited.
Yeah, limited. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
slim. Unless you ordered one, which people did do back then.
Yeah.
I think the age of the whole mail order bride thing was
It's-
a little bit before this.
I think it was mostly like you're talking like 1840s,
Yeah, so
So
that
like
around
that.
then. Yep.
but it still was a thing. It just was not as prevalent.
Right.
But it was, for some reason, mail order bride sounds so much worse. It was an arranged marriage, basically.
Yeah, right.
Which, I think arranged marriages even get a bad rap just because you only see the bad ones. You don't see the ones where it's like, okay, this was a mutual
Right.
agreement. That this was.
What? I saw a thing where it was the 1840, the 49er gold rush, and there were so many guys out there that needed wives that this guy figured he'd make money, and in Philadelphia he put a thing in the paper, and he was trying to get 100 women to go out there. He wound up only getting like 10 or something, but one of the women was almost 80 years old, and as soon as she got there, she got married right away. She was like one of the first women to get married because the men wanted somebody to wash clothes, cook. That's
Yeah.
basically why they wanted these wives. is
I
for
can-
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I can even give you another example of that that's earlier. In colonial New France and Quebec, obviously they were having similar issues with getting women. They had trouble getting men to go out to the Americas from the French,
Right.
because obviously they live in France and it's nice. But they were really having trouble with getting women to go out there, and so what I believe the king did was he rounded up all the prostitutes in Paris and sent them to Montreal.
That was a good idea.
And this is the story, and then they say that's why Montreal has some of the most beautiful women in the world.
I could see that.
Yeah.
They also
They
rounded
also-
like
they
like,
did that
all the
with
orphans and stuff too. And,
Australia too.
yeah,
Like petty crimes that women would do, they would just pack them off to Australia.
I mean, if you need to colonize a place, it's not a bad strategy.
Yeah. They did that in Jamestown too, I think.
Jamestown's weird. You know what they discovered in Jamestown? Actually, most of the early settlers were crypto Catholics because
What
they
is
were because they're fleeing persecution from England, but they find rosaries and you know sacraments at in Jamestown when they dug them up.
So they were posing as Church of England, I guess.
Probably, yeah, or Presbyterian.
Yeah.
Probably more Church of England, because Church of England still had a high church, at least for a
Right.
while, had a high church element to it.
And Jamestown was like one of the only, British pushed
Yeah,
colonies, one of the first
yeah,
ones.
it's the first successful one.
Yeah. This is good. Like,
So he goes in and he takes the empty bottle back and get it. This little kid is a psycho in this next coming up part.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So to turn in the bottle, he gets like a free peppermint stick or whatever, and and then Shane is like, "I'll take it in to refill it," because the kid was going to do it. Although I think it probably would have been a better idea for the kid to do it. 'Cause
Yeah,
these guys
I
probably
think so,
wouldn't
too.
mess with him.
yeah,
But
Shane wants
Which-
to fight.
which
yeah,
is the
he's
thing.
looking for a fight.
Like when all the women were next door, they were like, "Yeah, it's a good thing your women were here to protect you." So basically, what they're saying is they don't want to do anything around the women.
Yeah.
They don't want to hurt anybody.
Well, it's like
These are
there's still there's a weird thing here where if this was made later, it just probably would have been a really brutal Western.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
this is the 50s and we have to portray some people with morals. They're not attacking
Right.
because the women and the children are there. They're not stone cold,
right.
you
Exactly.
Yeah, there wasn't any
which
goading somebody into a gunfight. There was shoot them in the back. That's what would happen.
yeah, it would be full on raids and burning houses down.
Yeah,
Right.
Would it probably still be a really
wearing
good movie?
masks.
It'd still be a really good movie, but it'd be a different movie.
Right.
Because
Right.
this almost makes, I don't want to say it makes the ranchers more sympathetic, but it does. Make them
I
more,
kind of right. They're still bad, but they're not that bad.
well, it turns them from marauders into just bullies.
Right. Exactly. So now he's like, he throws it at them. Yeah. Because I guess he had enough. So they fall in here, and then she passes out.
God, the owner was just useless. Just
Yeah, he was.
stop.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
That was really weird watching that, where he's just sort of just standing there doing nothing and watching. I'm like,
I'm gonna get your shotgun out.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, somebody better get the shotgun out. Like,
I wonder what would have happened if all these guys went in there. You know?
Right. That's yeah.
If they had all stuck together and gone in here, run them out of town.
there is almost like a weird with Starrett, where it's like he's almost like this union leader almost,
Yeah.
Now I'm not. I don't know what the political persuasions of the writers were, because obviously there's a book too. Uh, but
Yeah.
it is interesting. Um,
Really, really. Go ahead. Sorry.
this movie comes out after High Noon too.
Yeah. Well, I can see in this part of the story, it's not at killing, burning houses down yet.
Yeah,
This is just intimidating. They're intimidating
which they
him, wanting him
almost
to get out.
they almost say they would have done back in the old days, but they're not going to do it now because the government made it illegal.
Yeah. But this escalates things.
Yeah.
Well, before Shane, like they would have just like the Rangers would have just kowtowed and walked away. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a saying: don't pick a fight with a farmer, a fist fight,
Yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
really strong.
Yeah. There's a story of my grandfather. My great grandfather. He got frustrated, and this was like 1940s, and there was they had one of those old steel cars on the lot, and he slammed his fist down on the fender, and dented it.
Oh,
And I was just like, how? How is that possible?
Oh, they
Yeah,
have one
he
with
was old cattle farmer.
yeah.
they have one with Churchill. There's a desk in Parliament where the Prime Minister is supposed to, that's where he stands and does his speech and whatever. Well, apparently Churchill would get really passionate, and he'd always wear a ring. He'd get really passionate, and he'd be pounding the desk, and there's still dents all in the
Wow.
desk from him pounding it back in
That's
the
fun.
40s.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. This next part where Van Heflin comes in with a what is it, a axe handle?
Oh yeah, axe handle. That's how you
That
got
dude's
him.
dead. That dude's
Yeah.
dead.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe you didn't hit him with it hard.
But it sure looked like he hit him hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
What
me-
is it? Unforgiven. That's the other one. What? Clint Eastwood,
No, it's Pale Rider.
Pale Rider. That okay.
Yeah.
Gets the axe handle. Yeah.
I think John Wayne does it too in the Sons of Katie Elder.
Oh, I
But
haven't
he
watched
just lets
that.
that guy have it too. It's
I
like,
don't think I've seen that
that
movie.
guy's dead.
It's-
Or maybe I did. It was on TV and I didn't realize it.
It's not a great one.
Oh, it's
no,
not.
it's okay. It's not something to write home
It's like Dean Martin is pretty wasted in that one actually. Like,
about.
for as great as Rio Bravo is, the Sons of Katie Elder is just not.
So they have this big fight and they start trashing the place.
I really like the
Catch
editing
that.
on this fight. It keeps you in the action.
Yeah, it does.
You don't
They
ever
did a
feel
good
it's
job.
dragging. It's really good.
Yeah.
Now, you might say, well, why is he using the axe handle? Well, because look at how many, it's like 6-on-2 or 8-on-2. So he's got to kind of even the odds a little bit. I was surprised. I thought about this point in the fight, guns would start coming out.
Yeah.
There is almost a moment where it's like this fight is getting a little long. though.
Right. I was like, yeah, like, I was like, realistically, I don't know if Shane would have been able to take all 6 of them on like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, who does he think he is? Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
So this guy's
So-
like, next time it's gonna be guns.
Yeah, but he said something about, "Don't worry, I'll pay for all the damages." And then when they're leaving, what's his name, Strayer or whatever, he's like, he's like, "I'll pay for everything." So basically, he's very prideful. and of course they got to go back to the house and get all their wounds patched up. Oh, but we missed the part where this little creep kid is like biting his candy while people are getting
Yeah.
punched, and he's
Yeah.
like snapping it off, and I'm like, he's a little psychopath.
Yeah, well, who eats a peppermint like that?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
like
was
all
getting-
crunching down on it and stuff.
Just smiling.
No wonder the mother didn't want him to have a gun.
Yeah,
Just go around shooting everybody.
I mean, I don't blame the kid actor. It was, they told him to do that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
that looked really weird.
There is something to be said. They really knew how to write kids annoying in the 50s and the 60s. Where it was like, okay.
But you want to watch a good one, The Cowboys.
Yes.
That's a good one.
My uncle knew someone who was in that. He knew one of the kids, because my uncle knew one of the kids who was in that. I realize that sentence sounds a little wrong, bad now.
Yeah. Well, hold on, let me look it up. See if that kid's still alive. He very well could be.
The kid from this?
Yeah.
No, he's dead.
Oh, is he?
He died in a car crash.
Yeah,
30
when
years
he's
old.
young. Yeah.
When he was what?
30 years old, died in a car crash.
Oh, okay. But he's young enough. He could still be alive.
Yeah, he'd be
Yeah.
like Biden's age, but
Right. Yeah.
So here's the gunfighter. Which, apart from the Hollywood gun rig, is dressed the part.
Mhm.
yeah, he's actually. I mean, he's arguably dressed too much like a cowboy, but that is, and the gun rig is very 1950s Hollywood, quick draw ideas.
Yeah.
But
That's the other thing about that particular character, is he's kind of looks sinister, but he doesn't look like a psycho. Like he's like, hey,
This
where's
guy?
the cop? No, the gunslinger.
Palance.
He's like, hey, where's the coffee? And you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he has a very calm demeanor. He's not like picking his nails with a knife and talking about how he's
Yeah.
looking forward to shooting people and stuff. He's just like, hey,
Yeah.
I got a job. He's a very different,
It's actually
villain.
yeah, it's more realistic.
right?
Now, what's weird is that he goes from realistic to like cartoon villain.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
But it's like, yeah, but I like him better when he's introduced than at any other point in the movie.
Like this point right here.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could legitimately say if you didn't see the guns, you'd be like, hey, he's just some other dude that's
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah. So this guy's they shot his pig to death. I mean, overly shot it to death. And so he's leaving. But then, as he's leaving, they stampede a bunch of cattle over his property.
Right, because they're trying to get to they have to cross this field to get to the water.
Right.
And so the cows are just doing what they normally would do if that homestead was not there.
I mean, but you can tell they were pushed into it. I mean, a cow's not going to immediately go into a fence. But there's nothing to stop them from doing that. They're just so strong.
There's another scene later where I don't know how they get the cows to do it. Probably some unethical way that they wouldn't do now. They get them like jump through a fence and
Shock
'em or
go
something.
crazy. Yeah.
I think almost the surprising part about this movie is it's kind of slow, especially for the reputation it sort of has had for a while. It is actually kind of slow. It's actually it's reminding me of Open Range a little in
Yeah.
some ways.
Yeah.
So this is where Shane teaches Joey to shoot. He gives
And
him,
he's got it up high,
yep, he gives him good
like
advice.
you should
Yep.
Yeah.
have it.
Which is actually that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah,
They're not. He's not wearing it like the
Yeah, gunslinger.
the
okay.
the sort of slung low thing that Hollywood was doing for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, he even tells him that when you go to, it needs to be between your elbow and your wrist. The
Yeah.
yeah, when it's your arms down by your side, your holster needs to sit somewhere in there, so it's easy to draw.
Yeah.
And then he tells him there's different ways to do it. Some people use a shoulder holster, which I don't think I've ever seen an entire Western ever.
That would have been
There,
like a gambler.
Yeah.
it's like John Wesley Hardin preferred shoulder holsters.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, but was he a quick draw guy?
Well, but the thing is though, the quick draw thing is a myth. That's
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
problem.
Right.
But Hardin actually at one point even had holsters sewn into a jacket he would wear. But he also famously, when the Texas Rangers captured him in Florida, he tried to draw and his gun got hung up on his suspenders.
Right. He was at a train station or something, right?
He was playing cards, I believe.
Oh, okay. I thought there was another guy they tracked to Florida and they caught him at the train station.
Oh no, maybe it could have been Hardin. I thought he was playing. I know he was supposed to be sitting down when they caught him.
Oh, I'm thinking of somebody else because this guy was like trying to get on the train and he tried to draw on him and then they shot him.
Yeah, they didn't shoot Hardin. They took his ass back. To
Yeah, he
Texas.
got it
Okay.
caught, and they just grabbed his arms and
Yeah, they threw
got
him
him right there.
They threw him in prison for 18 years until he got pardoned by the governor.
Oh,
Now
okay.
this is mainly what they would have had. Just stick it in their belt.
Yeah, that's especially with the frontier guys. They would just tuck it into a belt like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pictures of guys with it like that.
And most cowboys would have it rolled up in their bedroll
Yeah,
because it would get in the way of work.
Yeah,
Right.
and a lot of a lot of their range bosses and stuff, and wouldn't allow their guys to carry guns.
Mhm.
Like Charles Goodnight, who was the cattle baron. If any man shot another man, he literally said, "We're just going to find the nearest tree and hang you," because he wasn't going to deal with it.
Right. I know, but I wouldn't want to be way out in the open country like that without a gun, though.
Well, the thing is about the cowboys. The cowboys they have a different job, and they require total movement and control of their body. Cowboys didn't wear suspenders. They usually wouldn't even wear belts because anything can be rubbed raw or anything like that.
I mean, you still had access to them, but mean-
They're usually in the wagon. They're not.
the places you would need it, you would see people coming from a while away.
Yeah.
Well, I was more worried about wild animals. You know?
Yeah.
I like what he says here too. The gun is as good or bad as the person holding it.
Right. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
very, very good lesson that, because she's like, I don't like guns or whatever, and he's like, it's a tool. It's like any tool.
Yeah.
It's not, the gun's not good or bad. It's the person, using it.
You ain't Grace Kelly, darling.
Yeah, why she put her wedding dress on and then come outside and get it all dirty?
I think they're going to a party.
There's
It's
Still-
supposed to be celebrating their anniversary.
Also, that looks like a very 50s dress to me.
Yeah.
I know the style and whatever. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, the top of it has got a very
Yeah.
it's much more early, it's even more early 1900s sort of. Of course, back then, they would have just wore a skirt and a blouse, and especially if you're on the farm, that's probably what you were born. Back when we used to have good dress standards, anyways.
Yeah.
So it's Independence Day.
Right. It's coming up on the 4th
Oh
of
yeah,
July.
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And we're blasting through this movie. I just gotta say, the main villain wasn't all that threatening. He just was like a tired old man who's like just
Right. Well, wait till because at this point they haven't got to the speech yet. I don't believe he hasn't gone out and tried to really reason with
yeah,
him. Which I was like, man, this guy is pulling out. He's going bending over triple backwards to try to end this thing without violence.
yeah.
At least from his perspective.
Yeah, he's like, oh well, I'll give him one last shot before I start shooting him.
Right. So he's,
It's like
you
he
know,
still doesn't even do like, you know, what Later's movies would have done, which is like go full on, burn the houses down. I mean, they do burn one house down, which
but that's after the guy already left, and I think they
yeah,
burned it down to get rid of it, just to like clear the area,
yeah,
not, and also maybe make it so no one else could move in there.
yeah,
This
Well,
guy's
slaughtered.
just trying to pick a fight.
But he doesn't burn it down until the guy leaves. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I'm out. I packed all my stuff and I bounced. And then, yeah. So this guy came in to get have 2 whiskeys and then buy a bottle to take with him. And they're trying to, say stuff about him. And he's like, I'll propose a toast to the sovereign state.
of
And I'm
Alabama.
thinking he's going to say, the United States. And then he says, no, it's to
Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah.
Well, it's actually a little brilliant piece of writing there, because what it's actually showing there is actually how the Confederates viewed the Constitution versus how the Northerners viewed the Constitution, which was,
Right.
you know,
States' rights.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, he is an Alabaman before he is an American. You know, Robert E. Lee considered himself a Virginian
Right.
before he considered himself an
Yeah,
American.
he was offered command of the
Yeah,
of the
and he was only a
Union
colonel
Army.
at the time.
Yeah. And he was like, "Well, my heart's with Virginia." And even West Point, right? Like when the secession happened, all of the students from the South that were there were allowed to leave.
Yeah,
They lined up and like had a formation and said farewell and everything. And they could have, clapped them all in irons and said, you can't go anywhere. You're part of the, you got to go to
Yeah.
the front or whatever. But they let him go. They
Yeah.
said, all right, you guys can go.
well, and like you had, but there is some weird ones, like the guy who actually had the overall command job, Winfield Scott, who was the first he had it for like the first couple weeks of the war,
Yeah.
but he was a hero of the Mexican American War, and Winfield Scott's probably the best general we've ever had, actually. He is probably our Napoleon, as far as that goes. But by this point, he's old and fat. But he's from Virginia, and he stayed loyal to the Union. There's also another one. His name was Thomas, and he was also from Virginia. And he had 2 things going against him. One, he was a Democrat, which the Lincoln administration was always hesitant to give any Democrat general too much command and too much fame, because they know whoever wins this war, whatever general wins this war, is going to be the president after Lincoln.
Yeah.
And but he had a tremendous record during the war, but none of his family from Virginia ever spoke to him again, and none of them even went to his funeral when he died. So he,
Yeah. That's pretty big. It was a big deal back then. I mean,
yeah, it was a generation defining event.
yeah.
That's not even Frank. That's not even a Prime one. It was done by the History Channel.
Oh, The Men Who Build America? Yeah, unless it's a
Yeah.
newer one. That one's pretty old.
Yeah.
It's like 20, 25 years old now. I think I watched it a long time ago. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So they're having a party.
Yep, 4th of July, they're doing dancing. And then they also bring this arch thing out because it's maybe their anniversary or something.
Yeah, it's their anniversary.
Yeah. So it's like 10 years ago. I was a freewheeling guy.
What's weird is all the men are actually quite underdressed for probably something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, they only have one set of costumes for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they have whiskey.
Yeah.
Yep. Then they got a lady playing the piano. That would have been a giant luxury to bring that thing out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he sees
How do they
Shane
get it out
dancing
there?
with his wife, and
Yep.
for the first time, he feels like, if something happens to me, she'll be taken care of. That's kind of how I felt like in this moment. I didn't feel like he felt jealousy towards them dancing or anything like that. I just felt like he felt some sense of security for his wife's future.
Well, he's confident in who he is. He's not worried that, she's going to run off with the
Yep.
Yeah.
guy going through.
Right.
It's interesting how that really was probably in a guy's mind a lot more like that back then than
What?
today.
Well, I was thinking of Tori, right?
Yeah.
After he dies, what happens to his family?
Yeah.
Like, they're all, his only daughters,
Yeah.
I think. It's
Probably.
like his wife and a daughter. Like, what do they do?
They'd probably leave and go back where they came from.
You probably yeah.
Her
You
family
go back
was,
to
you know.
Yeah, but how do you even make that journey by yourself? I don't know. I think women were a lot tougher back then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
I do
still
too.
would have been a unbelievably treacherous journey.
Yeah. I mean, you only got two choices. You stay and marry somebody else or go back to where you came from.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody's burned your house down, you pretty don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Was it his house they burned? I thought it was one of the guys that left.
One of the guys that left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like another guy here.
Was it Ernie's house they burnt down?
I think so. The guy with the pigs.
Right.
Yeah.
I think,
The problem is the homesteaders do just kind of become more definable as a group than as individual characters.
Right.
yeah.
Well, you got this guy here. What's his name?
The Swedish guy.
Shipton or whatever. And
Yeah.
they call him the Swede or whatever. And there's always one in every movie.
Yeah,
it
there's
seems
always a
like.
Swede.
Yeah. and
There was
the-
always the guy,
Yeah.
who's got the accent. But so many people came from Scandinavia to the West.
Yeah.
That's why it's like a cliche.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, them and Germans.
Yep.
Yeah. Now there is another group that was actually one of the biggest groups to immigrate to the U.S. After the Irish and the Germans was actually what we would call Hungarians.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Right.
that did not mean
There were more Czech, like from the Czech Republic now,
Yeah.
I think.
because
Yeah.
the blanket term, because of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, for anybody who came from that region from that empire to the
Mhm.
U.S., they were just labeled Hungarian.
Right. Yeah, because Texas has a couple of towns that are like very is all from like Czech.
Yeah.
They're like Czech food,
Well, there's-
sausages, and
Yeah,
all
and there's
kinds of
German
stuff.
towns in Texas.
Yeah, German towns. Yeah. Yep.
At this scene, I was like, "Hey, it's a modern movie now. Can't see anything."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is Game of Thrones, and apparently it's going to be the new Harry Potter show. Yeah. from the
So this is
trailer
where
we
he-
saw.
I wanted that show to be good. Because I finally watched the movies recently. Uh,
The movies are pretty good.
they're
I've
pretty
never
fun.
read the books.
I'm gonna say they're fun movies. I can't call them good, but a lot of them are very fun. So I sort of just like live with that. I was like, oh.
I really like the world
Yeah,
that
the world.
it's set in. Like the world building they did is amazing.
The world is cooler than even the story that takes place.
Exactly. Yes. Um,
So
Which is also-
Shield, this is that scene.
right. So
Reason-
this
Yeah.
is the
Speech.
scene where he's like, hey, let me buy you out. I'll pay you any price you want to ask. And he's like, no. And he's like, well, why don't you come work for me? I'll pay you, a good wage, and then you
Yeah.
can still like stay here, but but you'll be working for me. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. And he's like, well, you guys came here after we came here. I was, you were, I can't remember what he said to him. You were younger than your boy is now when I first got here or something. And he's like, we had to get rid of survive the Indians and we had to clear the land and we did all the hard work.
His
And
shoulder
then you
still
guys,
hurts from a Cheyenne arrow.
yeah, from a
Okay.
Cheyenne arrow, and you guys just show up and start cordoning off the land that's ours. We were here first, and you're making it hard for us to do our ranching. I can't get my cattle to water. You guys irrigate your crops, and it drains the river, makes it so that my cattle don't have
It's
my cattle don't have water. And he even says, look, I'll let you take your cows and run them with ours, and then we'll do all the work, and then you can get the profit. And he's like, no. So when he had this part of the movie, I was like, wait a second. Okay, this is not what I thought this was. I thought this guy was like some evil cattle baron dude that wanted to steal their land. Turns out he was here first, and these guys are kind of the a-holes.
But
Yeah, I don't blame
you
Yeah.
you could also see it as he can, if he gets the property, he's got their cattle. He can just fire them anytime he wants, throw them out anytime he wants.
Well, right. But
Yeah.
the other thing
because
is
it's his property again.
That's what
And-
contracts are for.
Yeah.
right. But I keep forgetting his name. Strayer, whatever.
Start.
Starrett, that's it. He's a very prideful man, and he's like,
Yeah.
"No, I built this with my hands." And my question was, okay, how come they didn't put the kibosh on these when these guys first moved in?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't realize it was going to be such a problem with not being able to use their cattle like they want. Like they didn't realize they were going to be irrigating and putting a bunch of fences up and stuff.
And they probably figured,
And it only
No.
became a problem now, or they figured they wouldn't last.
yeah, it wouldn't last
Yeah.
the winter.
Yeah.
Well, remember that's sort of the plot of
But they've been here for years.
yeah, that's sort of the plot of like McClintock is. It's like he's the cattle baron, but he's sitting there going, guys, this land is not good for sod busting. This is, and he goes, most of you won't make it through the winter. So he's trying
Which
to
is true.
ward them off just because he's like,
Mhm.
this is not a good deal.
So now their plan is they want to get Stonewall to go into town. Then they're going to goad him into drawing his gun because they know he carries one, and then this gunfighter dude will be able to kill him and eliminate him. But it'll be like, hey, he drew first, which technically he does, and so that's the law of the West. It's self-defense, right? The guy drew on him. You can shoot him down as much as you want.
It's weird how when you read about actual gunfights, oftentimes the gunfighter drew first and it didn't really matter.
Well, yeah.
And they would
but-
just be like, well, self-defense.
right.
Uh,
But technically,
you know,
if somebody did draw on you first, it is self-defense.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think even nowadays that would matter.
It'd be, I think nowadays it's a little bit more gray. I don't even know. It's a little bit more. You know how it is with the different state laws and stuff.
Yeah,
like
if
that.
you-
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
sure.
if you're in a stand your ground state, how about that?
Yeah, if stand your ground state, yeah, you're probably gonna be pretty
And
Safe
it's like
in
on
defending
it's
yourself.
like on camera or whatever. The guy drawing you, and then you draw and quick draw and kill him.
Especially
mean,
if you got a solid warrior, you're
Yep.
going to be probably
Yeah.
pretty set.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you were carrying legally and whatever, you know.
Which I live in a constitutional carry state, so.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
Yeah, yeah.
concealed or whatever.
He's
And
like,
you were,
I
you know
have
what
the
I
high
mean?
ground.
Yeah. So he starts telling him like, you know,
Calling him rebel trash. And
rebel trash and all that. And he's like, "You're a Yankee liar." He's putting his glove on. So he goes to draw, and he just he doesn't even actually raise it at him.
Yeah.
But I mean, he took it out of the holster, so
Yep.
he could have easily just like whip shotted it up.
Oh my God, was that a call?
Curve the bullet.
Did Once Upon in the West call back to Shane with that shot
What was it?
where he's standing up, standing up high right here, and then shoots him. I think Leone copied that in Once Upon a Time in the West. The sort of shot, just except
Oh,
it's him
yeah.
and Fonda in the train, and
Yeah, he might have. He
Yep.
loved to do little callbacks.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it in something else too. Like the bullet knocks him back.
yeah.
See, now he's just a crazy killer. I like killing people.
Yeah.
Kills people.
It's just like, oh, you could have been interesting.
Yeah. I'm also surprised that that town has no sheriff. There's no law of any kind.
Yeah.
That is pretty
Um,
weird.
Yeah.
Because like even if it's sort of like an unofficial like position where it's
Yeah.
just sort of the town for the town elders sort of just pick somebody out like, hey, we need, just in case there's some roughhousing, your town marshal, even though we can't make it official or anything because there's no
Yeah.
post office.
I feel like the store owner slash saloon owner kind of acts in that regard, but he seems almost more sympathetic towards the ranchers than the
Yeah,
homesteaders.
Yeah, but he's also playing the middle ground because he wants the homesteaders there because they obviously they buy a lot of stuff.
Yep.
So I'm from Oklahoma, so you know what those houses would have been made out of in Oklahoma?
Sod.
Sod.
Hence the term sodbusters.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Isn't that right?
I thought Oklahoma were Sooners.
That's the people who are claiming land. The Sooners who are, they're going out and pitching their stake before.
Right.
they
There
were
was
legally
supposed to be a
allowed
cannon that went off, and everyone was supposed to
Yeah.
race out.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I went to Oklahoma City, I saw the statue.
Mhm.
There's like a park with a statue, and it has like people riding on wagons and a cannon. But the Sooners were people that got there sooner.
Yeah,
They basically went out the
They
night
cheated.
before. They cheated. They went out the night before and found the good land and staked it out.
Yeah.
And I guess the
Where
authorities
you
were
guys
like,
been?
yeah, and the authorities were just kind of like shrugged.
Yeah.
They were like, eh.
Whatever.
Yep.
And if you wanted to claim the good land, you claim the land with water.
Right. Yep.
Because Oklahoma is smack dab in what we call the Great American Desert.
Yep. Is that a train over there?
No, that's
It's a
just
town in
like
the background.
campfires. Or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the town. Yep. They're up on Boot Hill.
Yeah, I would be surprised if that was a miniature.
I don't think it is. I think that's the real set.
I don't know. That
'cause
that smoke seems awfully big for a.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were probably,
Well,
I
that,
don't know.
that would be the hotel with the smoke there in the middle, and then to the side is the blacksmith.
Yeah, it's a blacksmith. Yep.
Man, talk about something that every town would have had that we don't hardly see anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, blacksmith and the farrier.
You know,
Those are very
every
important.
single town would
Yep.
have had one. Actually, in World War One, every single unit had a blacksmith. I think it was either
Yeah.
every regiment would have a blacksmith, and one thing that would happen is guys would take pieces of iron or something they found out in no man's land, and they'd have them make knives and stuff out of them to use as trench knives.
Hmm. Yep. We also used sharpened shovels.
Mm-hmm. That was an Austrian thing, the Feldspaten. The British, their entrenching tool was like two pieces, but the end that the blade was going to go on had a big
Mhm.
piece of iron on the end of it, so you just use that as a club.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, there's like whole museum sections on this stuff. It's all crazy.
It is.
Also, kind of insane how brutal World War
Yeah.
One is.
Yeah, definitely.
Your rifle's too big. We're gonna have to fight with knives and grenades.
Yeah, there's even stories of. This is for another time, but there's stories of guys that desert and go into the no man's land and are like picking off the dead and stuff in no man's land.
Yeah. Well, there's also stories of, say, at night, your squad, you're supposed to go on a trench raid. And what they would do is they'd leave, they'd go into no man's land, and they just chill out in no man's land. Just like camp
Yeah.
out for the night, and then go back and say, we didn't get anybody.
We didn't see anybody. I don't know where they are. So he's trying to get people to go in and, take care of them. They're like, no. I mean, I see the problem here. Every one of them has families.
Yeah.
Especially that one guy with the big family. He's got a lot to lose.
It's weird ground to think about morally somewhat with this movie, because it is like, you guys say, these guys showed up after all the killing and conquering had to be done,
Yeah.
and you just show up, oh, free land. It's like, what? Because what's interesting is I think Rome actually, had the better solution to this, which was you give out the land to veterans and
Yeah.
of the legions and stuff like that, and basically make a sort of noble class.
Yeah.
And then
I would say that the cattle barons out there didn't even hear anything about it
yeah,
because they're going to be.
yeah, they're away. It's not like now where you turn on the TV, you got the news.
They just have all these people showing up, settling on the property they have.
And telling them the government, hey, government said we can claim this land.
Yeah.
Now, I guess the sort of the thing that doesn't get told is, a lot of the cattle barons actually won these range wars in Texas, New Mexico, Wyoming. The ones in Wyoming are pretty infamous because they kind of went on for a while
Yeah.
and got kind of bloody.
Yeah. And they want to see the husband, and he's packing up, he's ready. He's getting his shotgun and
Yeah.
pistol and everything.
Yeah, because they kind of see him as the keystone for the homesteaders. If they
Yeah.
take him out, the rest of the homesteaders are just going to fall apart and leave.
Yeah, cut the head off the snake. Which, to be honest, they're probably right. He is kind of the only one holding this sort of union together. And if he gives up or he dies or gets killed, then there's not really. I don't see it staying unified, especially when most of them want to give up anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, this part's funny. The kid comes in, bang, 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 bang. As they're talking, it's like, then the mom freaks out. It's just a wood gun, Mom, man.
So Shane was visited by the Calloway.
Oh, right,
They
right.
got into
Yeah,
a fist
yeah.
fight with, and Calloway basically he's like, hey, it's a trap.
Yeah, they're gonna bushwhack your friend.
No. And so he goes there, and Shane gets into a fist fight with him and stops him from going. But this is so funny. In just about every movie, there's a fight. There's a woman going, "Stop it! Stop it!"
If you guys want to learn kind of about the gunmen that these cattle barons and guys would hire, there's a guy called Tom Horn. I believe there's even a
Horn,
Steve
yeah.
McQueen movie that's
Mhm.
sort of based off of him. But Tom Horn was a former Army scout, a gunfighter. He's one of the two Pinkertons that was really involved in taking down Butch Cassidy's gang.
Hmm.
And then after that, he becomes what is called a range detective. And that's basically the guy who hunts down cattle rustlers and stuff like that. Problem is, he killed a 14-year-old boy of someone who is rather powerful.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's not good.
they hung him. But seems like that's how it goes for a lot of those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like they actually filmed this at night, but I don't know.
But they,
Picking up the clouds, it probably was filmed during the day.
yeah,
They just put like a blue light filter over it.
Yeah.
that was the tactic to use back then.
It was really dark. I was like,
Yeah,
I like it when they do the night filter, but they shoot it during the day,
yeah.
where it's a lot better than
Something-
this.
Yeah. Like, even Fistful of Dollars is kind of better than this with the
Yeah.
with the filter. This the kid chasing him all the way to town
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he's like swimming across the river
with the dog.
with the dog, and the dog is like, yeah.
I was like, what, guys, come
A
on,
little much.
a little much here.
Tism power.
He definitely looks like he has it. Those close-ups, man, it's like, oof.
At least the bar's lit up so we can see what's going on.
I mean, what would be the he probably had a wicked baseball card collection. Just
Who?
saying.
Yeah, the
The
kid,
kid.
probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball
Pokemon cards didn't exist yet. He had to collect baseball cards
cards.
and trains.
It's like, I need to get some more candy for this.
I forgot my popcorn. Psycho.
Here we go, the showdown.
I will say the action in this is actually, when it happens, it's actually quite good in this film. They
Yeah.
did a really good job shooting it and making it clear, like, what's happening. Except for, of course, Jacobs pointed out there is a wanted
Curve the bullet.
curve the bullet thing going on.
Yeah.
But I know that's also because safety reasons often. You can't have it actually pointed at somebody, even if it's a blank.
This one's weird because
Yeah.
the guy's like up on the balcony, and he shoots down into the side.
Oh, and Leone stole that too. I just realized Leone stole that too with the guy on the balcony, with
Yeah.
the end of Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah. You gotta play it, yeah.
Yeah, you know, watch closely.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
shot like.
Yeah, he-
Yeah, he shot it. I was
Yeah.
like, they flubbed it, but
they
they
flipped
didn't. They didn't do a retake.
Or they
It's-
did this.
It looks like it looks like they're actually using black powder blanks too, as opposed to smokeless.
Yeah,
So I think they kind of got away with it just because
yeah.
of all the smoke.
Or they just did this.
Yeah.
Oh, with that movie where you could like hook shot bullets.
Was that the last movie Angelina Jolie was hot in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a weird movie.
It's a really dumb movie. I enjoy it, but it is pretty dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Shane's pretty talented there. He curved the bullet.
That's why he's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're Shane, the famous bullet curver. If he had told him that, they would have backed down. Like, why don't you stay, Shane?
The ending
Stay.
of this is a little weird, and he's basically telling him people don't change. Man's fit into a mold. Oh.
That kid's got a heck of a train collection.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, trains are pretty cool though,
They are.
especially steam engines.
And this was before Thomas the Train.
It was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know who narrated the show, right? Ringo
Who?
Starr.
Oh yeah, for Thomas the Train.
Yeah.
He's like, "Come back, Shane, come back."
Where do you guys rank this compared to High Noon? Because I feel like High Noon, came out a year earlier. I feel like that's the best sort of comparison to this almost.
I don't know. I think I like High Noon better.
I do. I think so.
Yeah, me too.
I'd have to rewatch it. It's been too long.
Oh, the beauty of High Noon is it wastes no time. It is that is kind of brilliant about it.
Yeah. This one is a lot slower than that,
Yeah.
and but I would give this one maybe 5.5, 6,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
and High Noon. I'd give High Noon a 9.
Yeah. It's weird because obviously I grew up watching westerns with my uncle and my dad and my grandfather. The older generation really like this movie a lot. I find. I think they really like Shane a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
they grew up with it. They
Yeah.
probably
As
saw it
a
in
character, I mean, he's not.
in a way, he's very neutral actually on.
Right. I think he's a very deep character in that it's hard to decipher what he really wants.
Yeah.
Like he has a longing for belonging, but he knows that because of his past and what he's good at with gun
Yeah.
slinging, that kind of, he's the whole trope. Trouble follows me wherever I go,
Yeah.
and
It's
that kind of archetype.
there's also this almost point where it's like, dude, just feel like this is a good opportunity. You should just become the lawman of the town and just like you're gonna establish order.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a more obvious ending to what he maybe we should do. But that does sort of remove the mysterious drifter angle of him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Howdy, Brian.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like the way he acted in the beginning with getting kind of jittery and pulling his gun, it felt like he was definitely searching for some sense of peace. And once that peace was kind of broken with him having to take action, like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of felt like he had to leave. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
just, if he stays
Yeah.
there, it's just going to continue to attract attention to him.
But who here thinks Shane got shot and bled to death by himself out on the range?
I mean, that would be the ending if Leone directed this.
Yeah.
Given what he did to Cheyenne and Once Upon a Time in the West.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Leone really liked his heroes in movies to live.
Yeah.
Except for Cheyenne and Once Upon a Time in the West and Fistful of Dynamite. Where what's his face? James Coburn dies at the end of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry if I spoiled that for anybody who hasn't seen that 50-year-old movie.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, he
Who did? What was it called? Oh, I can't remember. Where the gunfighter guy dies in the end.
The Great Silence.
Yeah, who did
That was
one?
Sergio Corbucci.
Oh, okay, Kobuchi. All right.
You know, there's 3 Sergio spaghetti western directors.
Okay.
There's Leone, Corbucci, and Salima, and they're all equally unique.
Yeah. But it's easy to mix them up sometimes.
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun movie. This movie is what it is. It's been
I think you
I
can see.
think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
can see why it sort of became a little bit forgotten as the years have gone by. Whereas something like High Noon is still obviously very, I don't want to say it's popular, but like if you say High Noon, people, especially anybody who's sort of into movies, has probably heard of High Noon.
yeah. I
They
mean,
might not have seen it, but they've heard of it.
it's in the vernacular.
Yeah, with and Grace Kelly and Gary Cooper. That it was an extremely popular movie. Whereas if you say Shane, they're gonna be like, Shane Gillis. It's like, no, there's a movie Shane. They'll be like, Shane Gillis did a movie. It's like, no, it's from the 50s. It's like,
It's called
oh,
Shake. The only place I've heard reference to it was in a. I don't know, what was the name of that show? It was a Hallmark movie, but one of the characters' names is Shane. And one time she leaves the room, they say, "Come back, Shane. Come back." But yeah, it's not. It's probably not a very well-known movie, just because of the age on it.
yeah. I think it was they were clearly playing more with more modern filming techniques with it as compared to Shane, not as compared to High Noon.
Yeah.
But I think the story just isn't as good, so it kind of
Yeah.
doesn't resonate as well.
I mean, I was going to say that it doesn't have very many well-known people, but Van Heflin was a pretty well-known actor.
And Palance has been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's an argument made Alan Ladd's son was more impactful with the Alan Ladd producing movies like Blade Runner. And,
Yeah.
But it's a.
I mean, this is one of those movies that you see Palance and like, hey, is that the guy
Yeah.
from the City Slickers?
Is that the is
Yeah.
that the guy from The Mercenary? I forgot.
Batman.
I forgot Palance was in The Mercenary.
The first
Oh,
time I
he-
saw him was in Batman '89.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was Grissom in Batman '89. That was probably the first place I saw him. Was that Bill Hicks was still funny, or was
Yeah.
Bill Hicks was kind of the Bill Burr before Bill Burr?
Yeah. Anywho,
I like it. I enjoy that everything seems sort of like one-sided until Shane puts the gun on, and then how quickly he dispatches
Yeah.
Palance, the the rancher, and his brother is just.
Yeah.
It's like he
It's
was
like
a
he
very
went Super
dangerous
Saiyan.
person.
Yeah.
that's when he went Super Saiyan.
Well, I knew that he would when he showed Joey, like Joe was like, shoot at that white rock, and he did, he shot it like he did. I was like, all right, this guy is,
Yeah.
he's not a pushover.
Yeah.
Plus, he knew all this stuff about gunfighting and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got a very nice stoic. I would say he becomes a very stoic natured person. He's not like a Starrett, or Starrett is this. Starrett is a little bit of a loudmouth and very prideful, and it's like while I think his motivations are very admirable, I think he ultimately he's just a very prideful man, and I think it's like sometimes I think the biggest problem with Starrett is the fact that he's never backs down from his position. Like he never doubts himself or his cause. Like the guy's offering you
Everything.
yeah, except for
The piece of property. you
yeah.
want.
But it's like
Right. That was kind of my point. Was like you look at it a certain way, you're like, huh. I mean, that guy. I don't know. Maybe it was always going to come to that. You know what I mean? Because just that was the reality of it. But I think that the rancher guy did like everything he could to try to avoid it coming to that. Like offered to hire him, offered to let his cows run with him, offered to buy him out at any price that he set.
offered to hire him.
Offered to hire him, right? Told him he didn't
But
want violence.
We're also talking about land.
It's
You know,
true.
Your own
That's-
land.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where you
that's-
have the say
yeah.
on it, or you're a tenant to the landlord, and you.
I guess what I'm saying is
work for him.
he's not as bad of a guy as he could have been.
Yeah.
Also,
No.
they didn't go for the gun. They weren't like burning people's houses down where they're still in it and stuff. Like I said, maybe just the way everything was going to work out, it was always going to come to that kind of head. It's going to come to a head that way. But he wasn't your quintessential mustache twirling villain.
Yeah.
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 And actually, I kind of like that a little bit more because you have two people that have differing perspectives and viewpoints on what they've accomplished and what they built or trying to build and hold on
Right.
to.
This is
And
Doesn't-
they just
this is-
don't want to turn. They don't want to give anything up.
This is almost where I wonder if the book is much better, perhaps, at portraying the nuance of the situation. Whereas this is,
Probably.
because I think the problem is one of the biggest problems with the movie is that the movie's trying to portray this as a black and white scenario, and I think the problem is that it's not.
It is not.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody say that they told him he lived too long and things are changing? And
Yeah, I think that was a line. At some
yeah,
point
he was
in the
like,
movie,
"You've lived too long. Things are changing. It's not going to be that way anymore." You know what I mean?
Like,
And I was
mean,
like, "Man, that kind of, that kind of really hit home."
see, the funny part about that is that things didn't change. This like we had range wars well into the teens and 20s over this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't change all that quickly.
No. And two, the more range wars you had, the more gun hands were going around looking for that kind of work.
Yeah.
So they're
Right.
used to, being violent and burning people's houses down, shooting them. So it just got steadily worse until the government put a stop to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more about the gunfighter guy. When you first meet him, he's very calm and, he's what you would expect a gunfighter to be, someone who's cool-headed, because that's how you survive a fight.
Yeah.
But they kind of brushed him into the, bad killer, likes killing thing.
Yeah, which is a missed opportunity of what
Yeah.
could have been.
Mm-hmm.
I think almost a better direction would have been maybe like something like you guys remember Nels McLeod from El Dorado? It's the gunfighter that John Wayne has to go against.
Okay,
That's working
yeah.
for
Uh-huh.
the main cattle baron villain.
Right.
He is actually very fair to Wayne and not very. He's like not. There's no cruelty in anything he does. He's just a professional doing his job.
Right.
And I think that might have been a better way to go with this character, which I think he sort of opens up that way, but then it becomes sort of just generic Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost seems like his there was a reduction in what his character could have been to move the plot along.
Yeah.
You know,
He also could have been a bigger part of the movie, too. He could have been
Yeah.
there from the beginning.
yeah, this movie's 2 hours long, and I think by the end it really was starting to drag on this. When I watched it today.
Yeah.
Where
It's,
I was-
what is it,
You
Hour.
feel that it's
a 150-minute movie?
it's like 100. Is it? It's. I thought it was like.
That was pretty long.
Yeah, it feels pretty long, and I don't even think it's a lack of action. I think it's the fact that they keep kind of treading over the same ground over and over again, and then we're doing things like the 4th of July celebration, this and that, and it's like, woof, we are spending a lot of time here.
Yeah, it's an hour and 58 minutes.
Yeah, you feel it too. That's
Yeah. I mean, you can say the same for Open Range. It's very
yeah, yeah. I
slow,
would.
drawn-out movie.
It's because Kevin Costner makes women's westerns.
And he dances with wolves.
Yes, Dances with Wolf,
Yes.
another woman's western.
Well, anywho, it was a good movie. We recommend it. It's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Yeah.
it's a western. It's fun. Westerns are fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's we'll go around the horn real quick and see what people are doing. Shieldwall.
All right. Hey, this is a great movie. Thanks for having me on. Good panel. Always awesome talking with everybody. Yeah, on Thursday, I'll be on Roman of the Empire's channel at 5 Pacific Standard Time, where we go over the 1984 movie Chud, Carnivorous Humanoid
Yes.
Underground Dwellers. We're going to need the Wolven meter for this one for sure.
Yes.
But it's a classic. So we'll be going over that. It
There's
should be
even a sequel.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know there was a sequel. God, that I can't even imagine.
We'll have
It's
to
got to
decide.
be like
Is-
got to be like Highlander 2 at
Yeah,
least.
I was gonna say,
It's
is
a
it gonna be
comedy.
better
It's
or
a
worse
comedy.
than Highlander 2?
I think they pushed it into comedy zone.
Yeah. Well,
Not- 'cause
anyway, so we'll
Highlander
be
2 doesn't want, like,
we'll
to
be-
admit Highlander 2 exists.
going over that. Oh, I know. It's just the TV show was not that bad, but yeah. Anyway, so yep, tune in for Chud. We're gonna own the Chuds.
Yes. Hey, Travis, what do you got?
I'm mostly doing shorts over whatever I'm watching at the current moment. Right now, I'm still going through Farscape. I'm halfway through Stargate Universe. It is much better in the second season, but it also kind
Yeah,
of
it does pick up.
I feel like there's some story points that are kind of getting rushed. Um, I feel like they kind of saw the writing on the wall with whether or not they're going to get another season out of that.
Yeah, I'm interested to what you think of the last bit of that.
Okay. But yeah, and gosh, yeah, that's about it. And then I'll be here next week. I got to catch up on some DS9 um,
Oh.
uh, for that. But yep.
Travis. Oh, sorry. Waylon.
I got nothing going on as far as I know. I'll be modding for Niat on Sunday.
Okay.
They're covering Terminator Dark Fate
Oh,
because
why?
Niat has decided to torture his panelists again. Because, after torturing them by making them watch all the Alien and Predator movies,
Oh,
he's decided they're going to cover all the Terminator movies, and tomorrow they are capping that off with Dark Fate.
oh yeah, that'll be fun.
That's against international
So
law.
turn in for
Oh,
that.
it's for sure.
What's terrible about that is that the Aliens Predator movies, they have a lot of, and Terminator, they have really good ones, like seminal, best sci-fi ever made type
Well,
movies.
yeah, there's
Two
one
worst
good
There's
Predator movie.
like one or two in each one of those franchises,
Yeah.
and the rest are hot garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Goodwin, of course, warned him of this. And of course,
Well, yeah.
Niat didn't listen. They had to watch Genesis last week. That was fun.
What movie?
Genesis.
Oh,
Oh,
Genesis. I was like, what?
Look how it's spelled. It's how it's spelled.
Yeah, but I was like, wait, what? I thought it was like some kind of 70s, like, you know,
Oh, neo-noir.
yeah,
Oh,
neo
right.
war kind of like, yeah, kind of like Zardoz or something.
Yeah.
yeah, that's funny.
Which, after I saw that movie Zardoz, I'd rather watch that again than like some of those Terminator movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there's only one Terminator movie.
Yeah. Eh. I think there's two, but
Yeah, I think there's two.
whatever. But yeah, next week here, yeah, we'll be doing 3 episodes of the last 3 episodes of DS9 Dominion War. So keep an eye out for that and tune in for that one. That should be a good one. I'll also be on Roman's show Thursday for Ched. That just sounds like I don't know, Hillbilly Ched.
I remember seeing the movie when I was a teenager. It's the same thing as Woven. I saw Woven. I saw that.
Oh,
I
that
think
was a scary movie. And then now you see it.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty epic.
that's cool.
I'm
be
wi-
fun.
I'm hoping my theater will do the 50th anniversary of a certain film that came out that has to deal with my avatar.
The only place that I know around where I'm at that does that kind of like screening stuff is the Alamo Draft House. You go there and you can see all kinds of like foreign movies and all kinds of things. So,
I have
Yeah.
a little.
which it wasn't so far away.
There's a little town near me that has a old movie theater. It's like one of the military Quonset huts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the shape it is, and they show old movies in there. Pretty cool.
We have an old theater in this town, but when I look at what they're showing, sometimes I'm just like, I don't even know what this is. Like,
Was it like
this-
Art Nouveau
Yeah.
stuff or something?
yeah, it's like
or-
weird, super niche
Yeah,
stuff. And I'm
This
like,
one, not too long ago, they were doing the original Star Wars.
But guys, I'm like, guys, you can show old stuff that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the local theater here, they do show some older films. I think every week there's something like an older film that they put up on screen. But there's a lot of Indian films, like a lot of the Bollywood stuff gets shown here. But No, speaking of Star Wars, they got the original cut is supposed to be dropping next year in theaters. I'm super excited about that.
Are they
What movie?
actually doing this?
Yeah, yeah. That they announced it late last year that they were going to be showing the original cut of the first Star Wars film.
You
Oh,
can tell they're
nice.
getting desperate for money again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Because didn't they do Revenge of the Sith last year, and it made a ton of money?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Now, is it the original movie without the special effects in it that
I think
they
that's what they're
added?
saying, the original cut, not
Yeah, I like the original cut. Screw that 97
The s-
abomination.
yeah. The special editions were a warning for what the prequels were going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George
I was
doing his
actually able to
stuff.
get some digital copies of the
You guys know the
original
one that's
movies.
they've put in the Library of Congress is a special edition one.
What?
What?
No.
Oh.
hmm
The one with that stupid
That's
McClunky
stupid.
stuff in it?
Yes,
They could hand shot first. Or didn't shoot first. Yes, he did. He shot first.
and then let's not forget at the beginning of the Return of the Jedi, with the stupid alien jazz scene.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
gosh.
hate that.
Like,
Also, the scene where Jabba's out walking around or crawling
oh,
around.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and they had to rotoscope Han
Yeah,
so that
yeah, and he
to make it
walked
look like
over
he was
his
stepping over the tail.
Oh my god.
So bad.
That was stupid.
I know that I was okay with that part because he wanted to have that in the movie, and they shot like a guy in a suit, and it didn't quite work out. but-
Then they made Jabba a dude,
Just a regular guy.
because like there's a version of it, the scene where it's just a British dude walking around, and
Right.
he's playing Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. It was all the other, like, I don't know. Just, I didn't even like the way the Death Star blew up with this ring thing
Oh,
exploding.
Yeah, that was
the
stupid.
extra
Well,
CG
like,
thing.
and then like, why is he adding like a CGI of the speedster going through town? I'm like, what?
Or the giant monster
Yeah, I'm like, what?
covering up people's work.
Because it's like this wasn't even like George making the movie I wanted to make back in the '70s. Like, this isn't that. This is just you
Yeah, he just spiced it
Tacking
up a little
on-
bit. Right.
tacking
Yeah.
on crap.
The
Yeah.
only, like I said, the only shot was with the making Jabba walk around because that was what he wanted to make, but he couldn't because he didn't have the technology. But the rest of the stuff was just window dressing.
Yeah, it's not even like
Giant
it doesn't even
CGI
feel like a
banthas and
director's
stuff.
cut or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
just
Well, it was it was the stuff that you didn't really notice that I enjoyed more with the special editions. It was like there were scenes where the characters were further away, so it was just a silhouette, and it was basically like hand drawn silhouettes, and it looked terrible. But in the special editions, they actually cleaned it up and made it look like actual like silhouettes of
They-
Right.
moving
Well,
around
that's
the
what I mean.
decks.
That's what they
Yeah,
should have
that's
done.
fine.
the
was-
special
was-
editions.
But it's the covering up of people's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the giant alien creature.
The special
I mean, it's-
editions did do a very good job with Empire, though. Adding on the cloud planet, like because that used to just be like white hallways, and then they added in like all the scenery and stuff into that. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? That actually adds a bit of artistic vision to it. That's not you just tacking on stupid CGI animals for the point of it.
Right. Yeah.
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 I just don't like some of the changes they made. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw it in the theater too, Babs, in '97, and I had some dude behind me that was like a 400-pound guy that obviously smoked cigars because he smelled like it, and he was coughing like
Oh
phlegm
my
cough
goodness.
the whole entire time behind me, and he also had like 8 kids with him, so they were like throwing popcorn everywhere. And,
Oh.
but
that's
remember,
not
it had
fun.
an intermission. It was so long it had an intermission. I want to say. Pretty
Yeah.
sure it did.
Mm.
At least the one I went and saw. So when I came back, I moved like 2 rows ahead of him.
Back when you could do that.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't, because it wasn't packed.
Yeah.
Um,
But
oh,
remember
yeah,
that-
yeah. You're talking about no assigned seating, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But that's my memorable part about that movie was listen to this guy hack up a lung behind me the whole time and trying to watch it and be like, what are they doing?
What movie did me? Because I always go to the movies with my brother, and It wasn't Dune. I can't remember what it was, but the entire time there's this black dude chatting up with his girlfriend because she keeps asking questions. No, it was the Batman. We went and saw the Batman with Pattinson, which I still contend that's like 2/3 of a good movie.
Yeah.
And then there's the last third. But he just would not shut up, and I was
Yeah,
just
the
like,
theater's
oh my-
not the place to
Yeah.
say, okay, this is this guy. This is no, don't do
I
that.
was just like, oh my god, the stereotype is true. I was like, it was quieter when I saw Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame open night than when I saw the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something to be said about going to like a packed theater like that on in a good movie
It's-
on open night.
It's
You know,
seeing Infinity War opening night. That's might be my best theater going experience ever. Just because it was so like the movie, the crowd was good. My seats weren't terrible, even though I bought them a little bit last second. It's 10 o'clock at night and it's just, bam.
Yeah.
yeah. Was that one of those one? Yeah, you would have got out after midnight then, right?
It was around midnight. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those are
got home.
always good. I'm trying
But
to.
That's
think.
it's it's a movie that everybody was anticipating and wanted to see, wanted to watch it.
I
'Cause it was
remember
like
I
the
went-
final movie of the series, and
I remember I went to see the movie 300 in the theater with this guy I work with. We like met him for dinner, and then we went out to it because we were talking about it. And then there was that part where Xerxes comes off the throne. He puts his hands on Leonidas' shoulder. And he's like, "I will make you warlord of all Greece." And we looked at each other, and I was like, "Man, am I the only one that's kind of gay?" And he
yeah,
was it was,
Well-
but that movie was a lot of fun in the theater with like the rhinoceroses and stuff. And all I could hear the whole time was people going like, "They didn't have rhinoceroses back then."
they didn't ride rhinoceros.
Yeah,
back
exactly.
then.
Rhinoceros.
What are you talking about?
It took a while for me to really get that this was a story being retold, so it was very embellished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it was from a comic book. So
Well, not only that, but what I'm talking about is the guy telling it.
Yeah,
He had the
he's-
guy with his eye taken, his eye got put out, and he sent him back to talk and stuff.
He's the war poet telling the
Yeah.
story.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like the big fat guy with the hands or knives
blade.
cutting off generals'
Yeah.
heads and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the more you watch it, like, yeah, it's pretty good. But you get the whole "This is Sparta" scene, which is iconic now.
Yeah.
The Spartan kick.
yeah,
Yeah.
him eating the apple. There's no reason
Yeah.
we can't be civil.
Yeah.
As they stack dead bodies behind him.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. That was a pretty good theater experience. But yeah, I want to say, probably the other one that like everybody was going crazy about was in Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, that was a good theater
yeah.
experience.
Yeah, at the end when when he gets his lightning powers and starts killing everything, that was people were going pretty crazy in that.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
let's
I'll tell
close
you
this
what,
out.
one of my most flat movie experiences in a packed theater was Eternals.
Turtles. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
No, he didn't come back. Goodwin.
No.
Yeah.
The kid is still sending off telegraph wires.
Yeah.
Come back,
Yeah.
Shane. Come back.
And we all know Kim Kardashian had the best comeback of all time.
Yep.
Yeah,
According to
of course.
Parks and Rec. Yeah.
That's when you know Chris Pratt is actually funny.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he was good in that. But anywho, thank you guys for going over this movie with me. It was fun. Had a good time. Thanks to the chat for hanging, and we'll see everybody next week. Have a good one, people.
Yep.
Adios.
like me, Sam McKay. You take a hell of a long time to say goodbye.
Well, so long. So long.
See you around, Burton.
Never can tell. Good boy.
Happy trails, Hans.
Goodbye. Good boy.
Goodbye, bro.
Goodbye, Arab!
Goodbye, Northman.